Hello! Welcome everyone to D6, where I, Yar Shannon, bring together several friends from across the internet to play on a D&D show.
Hi.
Hi. Before we jump on into some quick announcements, a common thread with this game has been brought up, not just from not from the comments, but from my own players. You know? As you all know, this is the Hammer of Dawn.
Dude, we were joking.
It's fine. No, jokes aside,
No.
It has caused much pain and much trouble. Which is why...
Oh, jeez.
This matches?
I hope he didn't break anything.
I bring you the Scalpel of Dusk.
Oh, you renamed it.
Yeah.
Scalpel of Dust.
Yeah.
Very fancy.
Hammer, Scalpel. It's bigger. It's blacker. And I think it will get the job done. Natural 20.
And it can melt just as easy as the other one if you give me the chance.
Waited.
All right. So, as per some of our other D6 announcements, first and foremost, our podcast episodes are all up and in order. So, I want to at least give myself a pat on the back for that one because I've had a long history of not updating our podcasts.
Oh boy.
But yeah, if you guys want to catch all of our podcasts, we are over on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, as well as YouTube Music. We have been releasing our podcast versions over on our YouTube channel. Due in part to the RSS feed mechanics. So if you guys just only want to catch the audio versions of our show, they are available on all of those said platforms. Second announcement, I will be hopefully releasing a Redux document in the next couple of months, which will be a Redux of all of Urtziheimel's races. So Nephilims, Lumerians, and even a couple of brand new ones that I've been wanting to test out for a little while. So if you guys are interested in that, there will be that will be made available over to our Patreon in the coming months. It will be a single document with multiple races that you guys can test out and play on your own. That's been a wonderful process. Another small thing. Oh wait, I don't think that I can't even announce that yet. I'm sorry.
Spoilers!
Yeah, spoilers for later, I promise.
Spoilers.
It's fine. It's fine. Also, Gamer Subs. These guys, these wonderful people, have been our sponsor. They'll be a sponsor for this episode next. They provide a ton of amazing weeb stuff, as well as wonderful flavors that you can add to your water that are sugar-free, keto-friendly. And as those who don't know, I've been on the keto diet for the past several months, and it has really helped me cut back on like soda and a lot of sugary drinks. And also, they come in these wonderful stickers when you order a cup. And so I just slapped it on this. This is my new waifu cup. Let's go.
Cute.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with a big waifu.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's also another one over here on this side as well, except it's like holographic.
Ooh. Pretty shiny.
If you guys are interested in checking out GamerSubs, go to gamersubs.gg/Shiempai, SHIEMPAI, and you'll get 10% off of your order.
Nice.
How we feeling?
Well, you're missing one other announcement.
Especially
for those who can't even see, because some of us only listen to podcasts. We don't have Connor today.
Yeah, we won't be having a Connor today. I don't know what it was, but he did. I'm sure he's handling something very private, so hoping for the best on that.
But he'll be back.
Oh yeah, he'll be back next week. It should be fun. A good chunk of the episode will be about him next week. But for now, I think that's all the D6 announcements for the moment. So with that being said, let us get into today's session of D6. Alright. So, where we had last left off?
Question mark.
Yeah?
My pencils are fucking missing.
Oh no! Alright, everyone, this is the case of the missing pencils. Let's find
I
them.
found it.
Oh.
I got it.
Case solved!
Yeah, case solved. So, where we had last left off. As our adventurers finally make their way into the realm of Windia, a lost city said to be hidden in the skies. Said to be hidden in the skies. I don't know, iPad was listening for something.
Oh, iPad.
Yeah. As a way to escape the barreling clutches of one Arthur von Drew. Having convinced Cotton to join him in his research, the rest of the party come to the conclusion to accept Cotton's decision and allowing her to sail with him in order to try and find out more information. In the meantime, as the rest of the party make their way into Windia, meeting with its denizens, especially one Mirios, learning more about chronomancy, learning more about the history behind all the threats the Umbrians have been prompting, and also getting the opportunity to try and figure out what Roloi's ancestors did to have them all be given a blackened mark to hunt them to death. As such, you leave behind one of your companions that had joined you in these recent days, and you all set out into that temple that you have come to be quite familiar with in the past 24 hours. As you walk the streets, discuss among yourselves what your thoughts are.
I am curious what the result of this change will be.
Which change?
So, when we went to the grave, I got to talk to a certain ghost, and, well, things are different now. The Klinghex is quiet for once.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, talking to dead people is generally helpful. At least that's for me.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
it turned out good for me, so I'm happy.
Can't shy to that. So this so the Kleenex is better? Like, is there any
Well, to put it in a nutshell, I have some more direct help from Alexandria. And the effects this thing has on me apparently are different. Holly actually saw what was going on. She'll be able to tell you, but
Your hair turned white.
I did not know it turned white. I know it changed. I didn't know it changed that much.
And if I remember correctly, it got all long and stuff.
So it got long and then short?
That's just Winry's hair in general.
Okay.
Winry does naturally have very long hair. She just keeps it tied up. And it's also very wavy, so when fully stretched out, it is much longer.
You had a very, powerful aura. There was a lot going on.
Dude, so they're helping you.
Yes.
Is it out of kindness?
Well, I will admit, I did have to make a bargain. I will be exchanging some of my magic for her assistance, but...
Oh?
This counts as also a reminder for Aaron.
You lose a 2nd level slot today.
Oh, teacher, we have homework.
Teacher, we have homework.
You know, Winry is the kind of person. Alright. So, player speak. Basically, Alexandria will be taking one of my spell slots at the start of each day. It can be anywhere from, in this case, 1 to 4.
Yep. And then once it's 1 to 5, I'll be rolling a d6.
And if you roll a 6, you want to reroll it?
Yeah.
Okay. So in exchange for some of my magic, she keeps the Cling Hex from... Oh, what's the word I want to use? Poisoning my thoughts?
Okay. As long as
I'd say that's a pretty good deal. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know much, but it sounds like a decent deal, but I have no idea how much magic drains y'all.
Well, she just said some of my magic. I'm feeling a little worn, but that's okay. I imagine there will be days where it feels like she's hardly taken any, and then there will be days where it feels like I got punched in the gut. But to keep this thing quiet from poisoning my mind all the time and yelling at me when I don't do something, even though I try to, but I can't.
Well, we'll try to help you and support you as best as we can.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Captain.
Now, is this the day after, is this the next morning, or is this the night before? Because we're supposed to meet up for dawn.
This is the next morning.
Okay. We probably need to see about meeting up, but before then, do we need to pick up anything? Do we need to plan for anything? Do we need to do rituals for anything?
The thought comes across Roloi, who has been very quiet all morning. He takes Mobius, and let's see, I believe he's allowed to do this. Double check the
To the ancient texts.
Yeah. Now that I have more room on my table, I can keep my books
actually
here.
go through it easily.
Yeah. He does turn it. He does turn Mobius into a small raven. And he hands it to you, Holly. Now you take care of this.
Oh, I definitely will. And she gives it a little gritch along the crest of its head between his eyes.
Luckily,
this is mine now.
Luckily, Murad has enough deception to not make a face at a bird. in front of, especially a raven in front of Holly.
Don't do it. Don't you do it.
He has enough deception. He's like, my kid likes weird things that I don't like, and I'm not gonna put them down for that.
Ravens are so cool. Alright. And is that all you guys want to discuss for the time being? Is there anything else you want to do?
Need any potions? Need any materials? Need any upkeep? We're
Right now,
gonna
we're
be
pretty
probably
good on
dealing with some weird
materials.
stuff, and we're gonna go over the rules again.
We can see about possibly getting more potions, but I mean, I think we each have one, right?
Yes,
Let me
I
see.
do have a potion of healing.
I don't have one. Did I give mine to somebody?
Oh, I also have your grappling hook. Would you like that back, Ray?
Oh, yeah, I just like, oh, yes. I have a second one in here. But yes, I'll take that back. Where I just like make sure that like tie it up with like in a nice little knot kind of way where it's nice and doesn't get tangled in the pocket basically, and then puts it back in his pocket.
Hey.
Oh man, I love this coat.
It's a very nice coat.
Little haversack pockets.
Yes, he's so happy about those pockets.
Hey, Mira, that's a nice coat you got. Thanks, it's got pockets.
It's got pockets. I have so much
Deep
stuff in my
ones.
pockets.
Oh god.
Oh
Alrighty.
man.
So, with that being said,
I think we will get Holly another potion or two, just in case.
okay.
I don't
do
have
you
any
want
gold, so
greater?
it'll have to come out of the ship fund because I got diamonds with my gold.
Yeah, like it'll come out of the ship's fund. The ship's fund is for
Okay.
us to use to make sure that we are efficient at our job, and potions are keeping that up. So I will. Do you want greater or just a regular?
Greater would be nice if you don't mind, because then I don't have to worry about healing myself.
Okay. Go ahead and add it to your inventory, and I will find the price and reduce it
Okay.
from the funds. I like being the banker.
Sure is nice to have a bookkeeper.
It sure is.
Me, Ray, I love this kind of stuff. It's like, yay, numbers gold.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Meanwhile, I'm having the time of my life doing notes.
Yeah.
I get to write all the teeny little details.
So that is, it's crossed out for cost, so I can't actually see the cost of a greater healing potion.
A greater healing potion, usually that cost is left up to the DM. Usually a greater healing potion is about 150.
150? Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem.
Also, I'm assuming we've taken a long rest.
Yes, yeah. Everybody's
Okay.
taking a long rest. Also, whilst you're out doing some potion shopping, you're you know, it is a potion shop, you know, with storm giants kind of overlooking and providing you with whatever it is that you are looking for. There is a range of potions. There's potions of giant strength, potions of vitality, quite an interesting potion that kind of looks like clear glass, and there doesn't seem to be any liquid in it until you put it up to your ear and it sloshes around. This is a potion of invisibility. And
I will point out that 2 of your spellcasters that are with us have both greater invisibility, so you may not have to do that.
It's like these seem very helpful still.
What about the spellcasters who don't have greater invisibility?
It's me. We can put it on anybody else we want.
Or, any cool sneaky skills, because I'm not sneaky.
Yeah.
Ka-thunk,
Yeah.
ka-thunk, ka-thunk.
And we don't have a ranger, so we can't just group stealth very, very efficiently.
We can't just throw on our camo.
Yeah. I'm actually... Well, hold on. I think you have to attune to wands, right?
Usually not. Hold on. Wands. Oh. Nope, you're right. Except for magic detection, magic missile, secrets, war mage. Oh no, wait, that is attunement. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's like a very few ones that kind of fit the bill of not needing attunement. And then after they're used, they just turn to dust.
Oh, they don't recharge?
No. They're kind of a one and done kind of deal.
Pretty sure it's the rarer ones that have the whole, if you roll a dice, recharge them.
Yeah, that does require like attunement and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, because keep in mind, like the theory of attunement is basically you are providing it energy to use its magical abilities.
Yeah, and we all know that I have no attunement. I have no chance of attuning to anything. So, oh well. I think it's like it's nice to go shopping, yeah, but so are there any uncommon items that I could possibly...
It is just a potion shop.
Yeah. Invisibility or giant strength. Would you all need giant strength at any chance?
Boy, wouldn't that be funny? Me getting giant strength.
I mean, like for emergencies, it might help. How much is the giant strength?
Well, considering that the potions of giant strength are made by storm giants around here who don't really care much for, the most common of items, they'd be willing to give you about one of their giant strength potions for about 500 gold.
I think that might reach too deeply into our pockets for...
It's a storm giant, though.
Yeah, it's storm giant. It's like, but Murad's looking at his bank account. It's just like, that might reach too deep in our pockets for a one-time use, but it is for emergencies. He's like doing like some calculation in his head kind of thing. It's like,
Would there be any potions that like burst into light or something, like a flash grenade or something?
Fireball?
Well, not. I mean, just like something you throw down. It's just like blind everybody.
cause blind and stuff.
There's usually not stuff like that.
Citra did that, if you stood too
darn.
close.
Yeah.
Sadly,
But a great magical
D&D
item for the future.
Sadly, D&D 5e doesn't have that, but yeah, you could probably use a reference from Pathfinder if you choose to build that, Aaron, because they have that.
I know.
But yeah, thank you. I think we'll just take the greater healing potion, sir.
I'm assuming Murad's just having a moment, because not only are we dealing with magic, but you're also going back in time, and there's probably a high chance it's back in time, but also in the Feywild?
Yeah, like Mirad's like trying to make sure everything is like, okay, we're gonna make sure all of our seatbelts are on. We're gonna double and triple check.
Don't you turn that overhead light on in the car, you're gonna kill us all.
Yeah.
Something to keep in mind, that potion is considered a legendary potion. At 500 gold pieces is a...
Ooh.
Heck.
Okay, sure. So I'll go ahead and get it. A potion of, hold on, let me go to my management. Potion of giant storm giant?
Storm giant strength.
There it is. Like cloud giant. Where's storm giant?
It should be in D&D Beyond. It should be orange potion of storm giant strength. I see it.
You'll
be able to.
Cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you said orange, and that helped my brain.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm going to.
It's okay. I was looking at the same time.
Yeah.
My bag, and for 500.
For 500, yep.
You got it.
When you drink this potion, your strength score changes for 1 hour. The type of giant determines the score. At Storm Giant, that's a 29.
Oh boy.
That is
definitely for emergencies.
That is a +9, I believe.
That's a oh shit. That's an oh shit one.
Yeah, that's like if anybody needs to like rescue somebody else from rubble and Mirad's nowhere to be found with his gauntlets kind of emergency.
Trust you me, I'm going over Mirios' sheet over and over again just to be sure, because she's got some magical fuckery to help too.
So 500, so that's 50 platinum, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Because we got paid in platinum.
Yeah.
For our last job.
Okay. I think we're good then. That was a big purchase. But I think we are set.
Consider it the absolute emergency.
Are there any other rules that we need to make sure that, like, we need to know about this time travel business?
I'm not with you.
Oh, okay. I thought. Oh wait, no.
Well,
Yeah, we got it. We're getting there. Don't worry.
Okay.
From what I remember, we can't fiddle with things in the past, so minimize whatever interactions, I guess. And we're basically there to look, not touch.
Right.
Right.
As the lot of you make it into the temple, pushing through the massive stone doors and the ticking of all the clocks on the walls, meeting again with Mirios, and as you guys are halfway through the pews, you see almost as like several image fragments coalesce back together, and you see standing before all of you is the god of time, Amsir.
Good morning.
Perfect. Good morning. Well, it's wonderful to see all of your faces once more, but I feel like we might need one more rundown just in case, so that way we cover all of our bases.
It never hurts to double, triple, or even quadruple check.
Right.
In the case of going to mess with time, yes.
They're not so much as messing with time, my darling. They are going to be able to witness it, interact with it, quite possibly even encourage it. But, in all reality, one must remember, you cannot change anything. Even if you were to make an attempt, you cannot actively change anything. However, there are certain ways to change things. That I would recommend not doing. For now, the main job is to observe. And if you decide to run into any particular figures, they will simply know not who you are or where you're from. Just don't try to convince them you're from some far-off time, they'll probably think you mad.
Just try to blend in.
Precisely. Oh,
Right.
and, one more thing. As he goes and waves his staff at all of you, you are covered by an energy around each and every one of you. This will help in every case that something goes horribly wrong. If any of you happen to die, well, you'll be teleported right back to this temple.
It will still
That-
hurt, though, so try to
that-
avoid it.
Yeah, that takes a lot of worry
Holly
off of
looks-
my mind, though.
Holly looks uncomfortable.
It's fine, as long as you stay alive, you should be fine. Right.
Okay.
So, shall we get started?
No time like the present.
Funny.
Mira gives a smile.
The dad
As-
jokes.
Besides, you're not going alone, I'll be going with you.
Very much appreciate that.
As a lot of you gather together, there is this faint energy as the doors begin to close, and you begin to hear as the ticking of clocks become silent, quiet. As you see as Amsir walks over to the diocese, as he turns and he places his staff right in front of him as copper and gold and light begin to surround him as the large mantle begins to lift and spread out. As it begins to start slowly spinning in a counterclockwise measure before it lifts off of him entirely and then surrounds his back. As it begins to spin more wildly, you begin to see all the clocks inside of the temple begin to also turn counterclockwise, spinning backwards. And then you hear a crack, a shatter, a familiar sound that all of you guys have heard before. As this weird sound, this revving sound, this build-up, this before he slams both of his hands behind him, and you see as almost like watching the tapestry of the world that you see, this 3D space dimension shatter as it leaves behind what seemingly is this infinite void of possibilities coalescing into a gate. Fragments like glass shattering to the floor and turning to sand. As he steps aside, as the mantle slowly returns back to his shoulders, you see before you a portal, a way into a unknown land. Just beyond it, it's a reflection of hues and colors from beyond this realm. After all of you,
Miras just walks in like it's nothing. It's a Tuesday.
Alright, well. Ladies first. And Winry will charge right on in after Mirios.
alright?
Mira gestures for Holly and Roloi.
Holly passes by and looks at him and just says, "Not a single normal day," and continues walking.
Mira's like, yes, and it's pissing me off, but we gotta do this. Like, gives you like that kind of look. It's like, I get it.
And as you pass by Murad, you see as Amsir looks at you more intently. And giving a directed smile, almost as if he knows where you're going.
Merritt kind of raises an eyebrow a bit and steps through.
Right. And then, as Roloi steps through, the last image of Amsir kind of just floating into the portal himself as, like shards of glass repairing itself and closing. As all of you find yourself in a void, an infinite void, one that constantly shifts and moves as all of you propelled by your step into one space to another. As one of the passing shifts goes and collectively eats a majority of you, you see as Amsir and Roloi suddenly get split from the rest of the group as this large, almost square-like tesseract consumes all of you, and you enter within the Feywild as you are all immediately dropped in this space of large trees, endless rivers, and an ever-shifting color hue. That familiar, often told of the image that is often within the books that define the Fey realm.
Aaron, are we gonna be mentioning a very specific line you haunted us with on that 3.5 hour long game we did in person? It's a place you know, not a place you go.
Nobody knows the trouble we've been through. We were up until 3 a.m. on that game.
Sorry, that was more than that. Was like 6 hours, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Anyways.
No, we went to bed around like 2.
No, it was 3.
It was a big game.
It was dumb early in the morning, o'clock.
Too old for this shit. Okay, well, some bad news. We lost Amsir and Roloi. Good
What?
news.
Huh?
It did work. But he's with Amsir, he'll be fine.
Well, I guess if Roloi has Amsir, at least we have you, Mirios.
Pretty much.
Do
And
the portals not have single entries and exits?
it's never that easy.
Okay.
As all of you stand around, you hear the faint sound of something massive within this forest currently writhing around. Before you hear the faint footsteps rushing towards your guys' general direction. As you notice a humanoid, dark skin, slightly reddish hair, carrying what looks like to be this tall spear, a shield, and this an outfit that kind of almost comes off slightly Celsian.
Celsian, hold on. Continue,
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah.
I need to look at the map.
Yeah.
We're in the
As-
Feywild, so.
Yeah. You see behind her, you can hear her, she's screaming, "Run! Run! Run!"
What? Do as the locals tell you. Let's go.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Red picks up Winry.
As you see, bursting behind one of the large trees is this massive creature that is currently just breaking through trees, trying to chase down this woman.
Oh god, we're just like running for our lives already. We're not even a minute into the Feywild.
Oh boy.
Mirad is just staying slow enough to make sure that, like, if anybody trips, he can at least try to grab them. So he's not using his full 40.
As you see what is this large body kind of just slithering around, it's using its massive frontal claws to propel itself forward as it's slamming one arm in front of the other as it breaks through trees. You can see what is left behind is this long trail of dragged away and decimated land behind it. As she begins to break off to the left, as this large creature still focused on all of you.
Oh,
hey!
We're right into a fight! Let's go! We're gonna get Roloi back next week and he'd be like, hey guys, what's up? We're just like...
It's okay. It's okay. It'll tell everything in the notes.
Alrighty, then let me go ahead.
In terms of one of my favorite songs, So Why Did I Miss?
Where is it? Where is it?
Let's see.
Oh, that is a
isn't
nasty
that
something
lovely?
something. My goodness.
He's a big boy.
Very.
I'm gonna need to see that in detail afterward. I'm fascinated.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
He's kind of cute.
He's kind of adorable.
Player perspective. Oh, look at him.
Right.
Character perspective. Ah!
Oh boy. Oh, did you
Perfect
actually wind up
ultimate angle.
printing Mirios?
I wasn't able to do it this week, but I will tell you which one exactly she is in about a moment.
Okay, I was like, wait. Shit, we didn't ask about that, did we?
Yeah, no. It's alright.
No, I sent it to him. We just kind of like... Shit got busy.
Yeah, it's been a week. Where's our spirit lady? Sorry about this. Okay. Alrighty. Tee. Alrighty, that being done, go ahead and start getting everybody's initiatives.
Oh boy.
Oh, right. Initiatives. Fuck.
15.
I got a
17.
19.
5.
17.
Okay.
And you'll have to roll for Roloi.
Rolloi's not here.
All right, forgot. We got separated. Shit.
However, we'll be alright. You have another time wizard with you, but in this case it's a sorcerer.
Time wizard.
Red Holly.
Sorcerer's high five. All right, let me think about what the hell we're gonna do.
Okay. With that being said, sorry, I feel so much more relaxed than usual today. Alright, so, that being said, is top of the round, and Winry, you are up. And also, Mirios is right here.
Thank you.
All right, well, this thing is pretty dang big. What can I do here? You know what? Winry's gonna try hitting it with a slow.
Okay.
Wisdom 16.
16. It's -2, so that's gonna be 15.
Yay! It's slowed.
Hey.
Thank fuck.
Magical effect. Oh no!
What did you do?
You broke it.
I
You
took
broke
one of his
it.
little
Our
claws
villain.
off.
Oh no!
It's broken.
Oh no.
I'll glue it
no.
back on.
Oh no!
Alright,
Alrighty.
well, Winry has used slow, and she will probably try to dash backward to be hiding behind one of these trees. She's like, oh jeez, this thing is big.
Oh.
This thing is big and I am squishy. Thank you, yes. Probably the one most immediately to her northwest.
Okay. That puts you right there. And is that going to be the end of your turn?
Yep, because I can't do anything else and there's no need for healing anything.
All right, Midios, you are up.
Herky day. I'm gonna back away. For sure. And I'm actually gonna do one of my features just in case. And it's gonna go on to Holly. Hold on, I'm gonna read it. She's gonna use Bastion of Law. As an action, you can expend 1 to 5 sorcery points. I'm gonna use 4 for you to create a magical ward around yourself or another creature you can see within 30 feet. Lasting until you finish a long rest or until you use this feature again. The ward is represented by a number of d8s, so you're getting 4 of them. To the number of sorcery points that you created. When the warded creature takes damage, it can expend a number of those dice, roll them, and reduce the damage taken.
Oh, thank you.
Keeping that healer going. But that is an action. There's not much else I can do. I'm only a sorcerer, so. So you have 4 d8s.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do have to roll them, but you have 4 of them.
Okay. Is that the end for Midios' turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Now Silbra's turn. Let's see.
And that's why I backed away.
Alrighty. Let's see. Da-da-da. Excuse me, I just need to double check one of his attacks. Just you two. Alrighty. I need Murad and Holly to make me a Constitution save.
Okay. Checking, yeah.
17?
16.
Murad, you just fail. Just barely. And Holly, you just make it.
Oh.
I'm assuming my fortune's favor is different from his then, isn't it? He does it as a reaction.
No, he has so Roloi has that ability that is just part of the class that allows him to have somebody else reroll.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Sorry, I'm still learning some of this stuff. My bad.
What do you do to me?
You're about to find out.
Oh, hold on. Oh, never mind. Okay, sorry.
Yep. It's all
Sorry.
good.
I'm still learning this fucking class. It's so weird.
All right.
It's okay.
So, as you see, as lurching back almost slowed in time, you see as the whole head moves forward and a long stream of greenish noxious gas hits both Holly and Murad. Murad, you unfortunately take a rather deep breath from that, and you feel your body and lungs begin to burn violently as you are considered poisoned. And you also they do 30 points of poison damage, and halved for those who save.
I'm already, I think, I'm close to bloodied. And now my rogue ability is useless. Awesome.
Alrighty. And that will be the end of Silberth's turn. Murad, you're up.
I'm gonna use Hex and on him. No, I did not click that twice. I only clicked it once. Poison condition does have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Yes.
So I will just hit him try to hit him twice with my Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Nope, got a 4. And an 11.
Unfortunately, no. As you're still hawking up and wheezing as you try and raise your hands, you releasing Eldritch Blasts from each of them, but for some strange reason, the power that comes from it is much stronger here. As if your patron is nearby.
Ooh.
Oh.
I think he's too distracted with coughing to realize that.
Just having a shit day.
Then I'm going to move away because being at disadvantage there's no. It would suck if I got close. I'm already half health, so. All right.
Towards me.
Towards west south. Yeah.
West. Oh, southwest.
Southwest. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, by me.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Yeah, that was my bonus action, my action, my movement. Yeah. There's no roll after this for poison to get rid of the poison, right?
It is at the end of their turn.
Okay.
You're allowed to make your save.
Gotcha. Roger.
I think 2 of us
Alright.
have lesser restoration though. That can deal with poison?
Yeah.
Okay.
Already on my mind.
Yep.
Okay.
The brain
and with
cell.
that-
It's being shared.
So I'm sorry, Aaron, what's the name of this one character here?
We don't
You'll
know
find
yet.
out. You'll find out.
I just put enemy for now.
Well, no,
As-
I mean the
Friendo.
the soldier.
As you see as they kind of just take a dive and see that it suddenly focuses on those now in front of it, and they slam their spear into the ground using the inertia to kind of spin themselves around and then take the spear, and then they're going to make their 2 attacks onto them. That is going to be a no. That is going to hit. And that's going to be... Going to do 14 points of piercing damage.
Stabby.
Yep. Okay. And as you see as the woman goes up with the large spear, holding out the shield, kind of using it as a brace, and then pushing and slamming it, and it goes deep into the skin before she tries to wrench and pull it as it leaves behind this massive gash on the side of its body. And with that, that will be the end of its turn. Holly, you're up.
I'm gonna run to Marad as close as I can get.
It's as close as I can get you there.
That's
Whack.
okay. I can't Lesser Restoration until I can touch him, but I am
It's
gonna
okay.
turn around, and since the creature is within 60 feet of me, I'm gonna cast Banishment.
It
All
does
right.
work.
That's
It just
it
gets
does-
sent
it
somewhere
does.
else if it's in its land, okay?
Yeah.
It's a Charisma save. Yeah, I read it to make sure.
Yeah. we
So,
will wait.
That makes sense.
It'll
It
give
just-
us a full minute to run.
That's gonna be a 2.
Yeah, that doesn't make the save. So,
Whoop.
Yeah. It's only up to a minute, though.
Yeah.
yeah, so Holly's gonna turn around and go, RUN!
Yeah.
Run! Alright, and you guys attempt to do a full escape?
If that's the plan, yeah, after watching Miranda
I'm
kind of
hoping-
get hawked on.
Okay.
6 turns, hopefully long enough.
Alright. For the sake of it, this is gonna be a chase challenge.
Oh boy! Yay!
Oh boy!
Yeah.
What are we rolling?
I'm
Eh.
gonna be just. Oh boy.
Let's see. Who already has their passives for it?
For what?
Let's see.
So who here has
Mirab.
the worst decks?
Yes.
Your passive stealth allows you to escape. Winry. Your
Uh-huh.
passive nature allows you to escape.
Woohoo! That's a relief.
And that's pretty much it. So I need
Same.
Holly and Mirios to make me either stealth or nature.
Question: are we still technically in a battle?
Yes.
Fine. I was gonna say I could actually do a thing, but no, you're not gonna let me do it. All right.
They're both the same.
Hold
Oh.
on, I gotta
No.
read things.
I got a 9, but it like teased me with the 20. It's so bad.
What was the?
That's
What was it?
D&D
Stealth or
Beyond
what?
for you?
Stealth or nature?
Stealth or nature? My nature's got a +2, but yep.
Gotta take that
you.
chance.
Okay, well, that sucks. So I'm gonna use magical guidance. When you make an ability check that fails, you can spend 1 sorcery point to reroll the d20. I think that's what that is. Yeah. God,
You are correct.
I have so many things. I'm sorry. Give me a second.
It's
It's
alright.
okay. Those sorcery points are very handy to have.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Hold on. I'm just making sure because there was one other one that I have. God, where did it go? I saw it earlier. Sorry, give me 1 second. There it is. Nope, that's with advantage or disadvantage. Okay, so I am gonna use magical guidance, so I'm gonna re-roll that one more time.
Okay.
It's even worse. Never mind.
Alright. As you all attempt to run using both either the foliage or your natural ability to hide within this forest, we're about to find out how much he cares.
She's running going, I have spent the last couple of thousand years just hiding in a whole other place to avoid this shit.
As you guys using full breakneck speed and also an attempt to using foliage and stealth to try and hide amongst the natural landscape of the Feywild, you find that as the large thud, or kind of like the sound of a massive pop,
Yeah, it came out.
as this creature re-enters their space, confused and slightly miffed.
Can I just say we were holding maybe a possible attack while we're running? It's a weird
were running.
situation.
That was the commitment. There was no run and gun.
As you guys have gotten pretty far from him, see as the long body uprights itself, trying to look and survey with those tiny little eyes.
This is a bad time to be
Listen,
gold
there-
and white running through forest.
Right.
Remember, this is the Feywild, though. There's all sorts of weird colors.
Before you hear the large gnarling snap as the whole body lowers back into the ground and turns and begins to slither back from where it initially came from. As the sound begins to fade, you guys just weren't worth the calories.
Well, I suppose that's a good thing I'm little more than bite-sized to that thing.
I don't think
Everyone okay?
I don't think Mirios has ever been to the Feywild.
Yeah.
No.
Come here, Marad.
Yeah.
You guys should really save your spells because we have to be here for a while.
You're poisoned.
You're poisoned.
Yeah, I can get over it. But
Yeah, roll me a Constitution save.
Mirios is giving you the same probable stare that Holly has mastered over the years. Just,
Yeah, you're not getting a good look from Holly.
nah, it was a 5.
Guess what?
What?
We're slapping you with lesser restoration, whether it be me or Holly. Choose.
Yeah.
I mean, you two can choose. I'm not gonna boss you around.
I'll get him.
Okay.
You notice as that woman from earlier, this very dark-skinned woman, as she kind of pushes through the forest. Well then, I suppose we are safe now, right?
Seems that way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thankfully.
Who are all of you? You don't look like
Travelers.
Faye.
Consider
happen
us
to be here.
visitors.
Fair enough.
Elves are technically Fae, right?
They're they are Fae. They have Fae lineage, but like,
Mm-hmm. Like Mira
You
just goes
don't-
like
yeah.
the pinching sign of like I'm just on my mother's side.
Right. Well, thank you for saving my height.
No
But,
problem.
But I have a thing kind of to do, so as you see, she turns and begins to walk away.
Hold on. If you don't mind.
Hmm?
We never quite caught your name. Or is that too
Natanya.
rude to ask in the Even Mirio shuts up like, oh.
I did not catch that name.
Beltania.
Beltania.
Oh.
Holly gives Marad a bombastic side eye.
Mira kind of like is squinting at her and just like, and then just like leans over to Miros is just like, we're in the past, right?
Yes. Shush. You know nothing. She'll like yank you down, by the way, because you are towering over Mirios. Like,
No, yeah, he leaned down.
yeah, she like, this is before that.
Okay. Pleasure to meet you, Beltania.
And she walks over to you and kind of the lot of you. And your names?
Oh, Mira, it's like he's slightly suspicious only because like rumors of like myths of like you're not supposed to give Faze your name really, but it seems okay, I guess.
Mirios would just straight up say her name, like, I'm Mirios, just to kind of like chill you out, like, it's fine.
Okay. Mirad.
Hi.
Wenry.
We're missing 2 others, though, but I'm sure we'll run into them at some point.
Got separated during the travel.
Travel. Good luck with that. There's currently a trial going on right now.
Trial?
Yes, a test of ascension.
Oh.
I don't believe I've heard too much about that. Could you give us some details?
Yes.
I mean, if you're comfortable with that, I mean.
It is a process in which allows the gift of mortals to ascend to godhood.
And is that what you're doing?
That's what I'm trying to do, yes.
I'm sorry if we've interrupted.
No. I have to make it to the other end of the Feywild before he does. Before my companion does.
Who's your companion?
You see,
just
as
curious.
The smile breaks across her face, almost as if gentle and heartwarming. My beloved.
Oh, you're competing against your beloved. That's interesting. Like, Mirios is honestly intrigued by that.
We are... It doesn't matter who wins. It truly does not. We're doing this for ourselves.
What's his
Well
name?
then. Yeah.
Just in case.
Valis.
We know
I'm so sorry, Aaron. I did not catch that name.
Devalis.
I don't know what it is. Devalis. Gotcha. Thank you.
The pirate lord that's after Roloi. Correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
Oh, boy.
I do have a question. We are looking for satyrs, right? In the sense.
Correct.
Okay. Just want to make sure, like, we know, like, this isn't going to be some strange offshoot or whatever. We're actually looking for a family of satyrs, actually. Belongs to one of, well, not belongs, but it's family to our separated friends. But, you know, Feywild is Feywild. It's never straightforward.
I have a feeling we're all gonna meet up there eventually.
She kind of like looks you all over. I think all of you will survive. If you're looking for a particular group of satyrs.
We do know their last name, right?
You do not.
I do not. Fuck. Okay, well.
Does any of the crew know Rolloi's last name?
No.
No. We only know him as Roloi.
I swear he said his name. I would have to read a whole bunch of notes, and my
You
thing
know,
is
I'm
charging.
not sure if it's even in the notes.
No.
Oh, I have my own set of
Oh, you have your
notes for
own,
everybody
gotcha.
that I keep organized, but my device is charging, so can't really grab it. Anyway, okay, so You think if, are you allowed any assistance traveling?
Well, I don't believe there are rules against it. I thought it better that I try this on my own. However, it seems like you're all powerfully inclined.
Power is nothing if you don't know where you're looking or where you're going.
Yeah, we're gonna be lost in places, so kinda... It would be nice to follow a local.
At least
Make
someone more
persuasion
local
check.
than we are.
Make persuasion check.
Okay. Perception, persuasion, +6. 12, because dice are rolling poorly all of a sudden.
Okay.
But, yeah.
You can see as the smile cracks across, only this time a little bit more contemplative, but curious. As she looks out beyond what is this multi-hued sky, and through with what looks like to be this blackened, darkened forest in the far-off distance, as she points to one specific color hue that is just beyond it. This deep green, seafoam green color. It flashes and gives this strange signal, almost as if towering, letting them know a direction. I have to get there. Are you all okay with making it there?
I don't see why not.
No
Then
complaints?
We promise not to interfere with anything that might be part of this.
Do I have
It is your
word?
test, after all.
Do I have all of your word that you would not impede me in my test?
You have our word?
You have our word.
Yes.
We promise.
As you see, she picks up the spear and the shield again. Then shall we march onward?
We shall.
Murad nods.
As a lot of you pick up pace and begin to move across this massive open field that leads out into that dark forest. As the eyes of the world begin to shift away from the Feywild, Cotton.
Oh, right, me. Things.
As you have found yourself here for the past couple of weeks.
Is it back to that tense? Jeez.
As you've been left to privately study, found yourself at the usual work area. This time, no assistance, no warmth here. You are given 2 Luxon hands to command. But you get a feeling that it is like always being watched.
Yep.
As the door to your study or your workshop opens, you see the familiar figure of Arthur standing at the threshold.
I would say she tenses every time because she's half expecting it to be the other one just trying to be a dickhead.
Yeah. And you see as he stands there, he enters through it. Dr. Cottonelle, I was wondering if I could do our usual checkup. make sure that you are well. As
Make sure the spell's still in place.
I'm sorry?
She said to make sure the spell is still holding.
Mm-hmm. As you see as he sits across from the table, pulls out what looks like to be a notepad and pen. So, tell me how you're doing today.
About as best you can be with your family scattered to the wind.
Still concerned.
Well, when you become a mother and a wife, your perspective changes.
I do not deny that. The reason I continue to ask this question is simply because I am trying to get a better understanding of your mental overview. Do you feel strong and healthy today?
Feelings aside, yes. After other rude introduction, I've been fine.
You see as he stops midway through writing. I apologize for that. I truly am sorry that Modius would raise a hand to you like that.
I don't hold you responsible for an entirely different being's autonomy and choice to cause harm. I do worry that you keep people around that manipulate you.
Do not mistake my willingness to work with Modius as a means of manipulation. He is useful in his own right, of course, but I have known him far longer than you. I know what he is capable of, and he himself knows what I am capable of. His importance to the Luxon is infinite. He's always been our leader for 5,000 years, always keeping us together.
But why such a distaste for mortals? Humans specifically.
Are you aware of the history between Lemuria and the city now known as Aurario?
Not beyond the basics.
And you would not be aware to know that humans were once incapable of magic. At the time, the world was much different. Magic meant everything. Knowledge meant everything. The Marians, including myself, have passive magical abilities. We are bred for mind or muscle. However, humans were different. They had no special abilities. They had no power. However, they did have one thing that I've always admired about humans. Their will. Their inability to give up. Even the most fearful human can be a raging fire. Fortunately, Modius never saw them like that. He always assumed humans to be lesser than. The Marians at that time treated humans as such. The To put it more blatantly, humans were once slaves. But then Lumeria fell. The goddess of magic, spreading her will to save and keep this wonderful world together, giving magic to everyone. Even humans. You can imagine, from Odious' perspective, creatures that were supposed to be less than, suddenly raising themselves to the ranks of their superiors. He's always hated humans, while I've always loved them. And that is one of the core differences between us.
You see, as he finishes writing and scratches the paper.
Can she see that?
He's kind of keeping it up to himself.
But, differences aside, he has provided me with valuable information and tools, even funding for the Luxon, as well as various other things that I've needed over the years. So no, he is not manipulating me. I am simply biding my time.
Biding your time for what?
To figure out exactly what it is he is after.
You mean the Abyss?
That is what we intend to discover. No normal man nor machine can make it through the tundras. Not even with my bodysuit. However, a creature capable of adapting to the most harshest environments, a chimera, they can. And if we can manage to forge those like yourself, we can finally figure out and discover what has been a missing piece to Erdseheim for centuries, millennia.
So to you, it's worth inflicting people with a curse.
I have no intention of just handing such a thing out.
You do understand how much pain that puts me through, right?
I'm not asking you to... I'm not asking you to do that.
I know you're not asking me, but to put someone else through that? Shifting back almost killed me.
It is worth trying to correct, to discover. It is like I said before, Dr. Cottonelle.
See, as he goes and he picks something up off the desk. Kind of just rolls it between the large gauntlets.
We are scientists. We dismantle, we reconstruct, and we theorize. There are those out there that would gladly accept this curse. And I intend to look for them.
Don't be surprised if I'm not all that enthusiastic about it.
Never expect you to. As you see, as he stands up, he places this piece that he picked up off the desk back down. Mayhaps if I can provide you with a league of trust to prove that I do not wish to build an army of those like yourself. Or perhaps something of an answer that you've been wanting to ask for a long time now.
And that question is?
Would you like to go see your daughter?
You know the answer to that is always yes.
Come with me. As he stands up and begins to walk out of the room.
She, stops for a second, looking at the two Luxon hands, and just kind of, is this some sort of trick, before following after him?
You see, as you walk through the many halls, the tight quarters that make up this massive underwater ship.
Oh, right, it's a sub, too. I forgot.
As you reach an area where you see what is this massive, large room. And along one of the walls, what looks like to be several red lamps. And in the center is this giant tube. And a console that kind of wraps around the bottom of it. All along are other consoles and various other things you see as many of the Luxon hands working away. And he politely guides you closer to that large centered tube. You asked me, how is it that I've managed to find you all as quickly as I do? Managing to break through wards and whatnot?
Yeah. It's a little intrusive, but yes.
As he goes to the center console and he begins to flip switches and turn knobs, you see as the bottom of that large tube opens up like a massive iris, and floating up are these long eye stalks and tendrils. And you can see as they're all looking at him. About 10 or 12 of them in total.
Is that a creature?
It was, at one point. I found a much better use for it. As you can see, as another turn of one of the knobs, you see as one of the tendrils begins to wrench a bit before the rest begin to follow. And
Side
all
question
the
as a player,
stalks-
is this a beholder? Was a beholder?
Oh,
As all the stalks of the eyes begin to shift over away from the console as it stares at that large wall of red lamps. Before you see as he begins to put something into this typewriter device. And then you see as all the eyes begin to manifest from a weird entanglement to a perfect circle. And then as light begins to exit out of the eye stalks, you see an image beginning to form. As it becomes clearer, you begin to notice a massive space atop a huge tower deep beneath the ocean sea. You see Zara sitting at the top of the tower, reading books, surrounded by toys, being watched over by what looks like to be this massive mechanical maid with half of its face missing, but having still like this lower jaw ready to still talk. There she is. Perfectly safe.
Yeah, safe. For now.
Forever. As I told you, Dr. Cottonelle, my goal is to assure her safety for all of time.
You do understand I want her back.
You will have her back. In time.
Oh, that part makes her flinch on the inside, having remembered what she was told. You made her the Pirate King. Doesn't that not put a target on her back?
Heavens, no. No one can touch the Pirate King. You see as he leans back a bit. Our history is long, full of death and carnage. That's why we created the markers. To prevent this incessant need to kill those of the highest order. The Pirate King is untouchable. As long as they are within Volflora, nobody can touch her.
So the rules change once she's out of it.
Exactly.
How sure are you can reverse this?
I need time. But I'm on the verge. I just need to understand the human mind.
Sorry, you dipped out real low for me.
Yeah. I just need to understand the human mind better.
My mind.
Yes.
That's why you keep asking me all these questions.
As you see as he goes and pulls out a notebook and pen. Tell me, has your mood improved at all?
That's a bit complicated. It has and it hasn't. On one hand, I'm happy to see her safe. On the other hand, I haven't seen her for over 2 years.
I promise you, you will see her again. In person. But for now, we just have to sit and wait. He's staring at the image and seeing that she's happy, playing. As the image begins to fade.
She still thinks we're dead.
She'll be quite happily surprised to know you're both alive. Well then, that all aside, I believe we should get back to work, Dr. Cottonelle.
What exactly do you need me to do? Specifically?
Retrace your steps, figure out how you got where you are now, and report to me. Just me, no one else.
You want me to recreate the notes that I don't have anymore?
I want you to figure out exactly how you managed to achieve the serum you did?
I told you, my father manipulated just one bit of my work.
And figure out where the manipulation was. You see as he waves his hand a bit. Right then. Back to work.
Your friend isn't gonna bother me, is he?
See as he stops at the threshold of the door as it just opens. I won't let it come to that. That I can promise you. Because the next time he decides to hurt you, I won't show a lack of I won't show restraint.
Well, I appreciate that, but be careful with firing anything in a submarine.
I have lived here for thousands of years. Do you really believe I don't know my way around it?
It's called a joke. Sarcasm.
See as he waves his hand again and exits out through the door. As you stare at the image of your daughter peacefully, blissfully unaware she is being watched.
That is also the creepiest fucking shit she knows now, like, no.
As the scene fades, the world transitions again. A lot of you find yourselves traveling throughout the Feywild, and for the oddest reason, it doesn't seem like you guys have gotten any closer to that dark forest than you initially thought. And you've been walking for hours.
It's the Feywild. Hey, Ray, hey, Kendra, remember that saying?
Yeah, yep.
I do as a player, but Mira
Yeah,
has
I
no
know.
fucking clue if that applies here.
How long have we been going? My feet are starting to hurt.
You see you can see as Beltania just like sits onto the ground for a bit, leans up against a rock, and kind of just contemplates why they're not getting any closer.
Did they give you any hints as to how to get from place to place, Beltania?
I had an inkling that when they told me it's not a place I know, it is a place, or
There it
this
is.
is not the place I go,
Yep.
it is a place I know. And I know I'm supposed to go there.
What's there?
The end of the trial. Where Davalis will be. Hopefully.
You said it's a place you know, not a place you go.
Well, I was just following you guys, but
I understand that, but I feel like since we're all here, that also applies to us at this point.
okay. I don't know any real place here, but
We may not know any real place, but we know a real someone. I think maybe that's what it's talking about.
Would Miros, being as old as she is, have any kind of inkling as to the truth about that saying?
The knowledge of a place you know, not a place you go, is an old Fae saying, and given their history with Lemuria, especially in the age of the founding, the term was often in place of those who felt like they know where their path is, and then found themselves at a different end. The point of the saying, especially for the Fae, is that you can want something, you could need something, or you could want something, but whether or not you need it is entirely up to the purpose of the environment. You can know what your path is and still not walk on the right one. It is probably the only piece of advice Fae are willing to give out within this realm.
Well, let's see. Murad is thinking extremely, simply. In a certain case, where he is recalling some of the history that we've found out about Beltania and their origins. Their creation, back where we went to the cavern. I'm recalling that. And then finding out more history about Beltania. And not sure, but just that's the only place that they kind of understand that they know that could be a place is the cliffside area of the place that Beltania was made or created in that history lesson. He doesn't know it visually, but he's that's, at least that's his heading. That's his assumption. That's his train of thought in a very simplistic way. But he's following these two. Then with that riddle, he's I'm not sure. Could it be follow your heart kind of thing, Beltania?
It's...
You see as the head kind of turns towards you. Am I already not doing that?
Is this something you truly want or something you need?
You see as she stops for a moment to think about that. That's personal.
I understand that it's personal. I'm not asking you to just delve your secrets to me as a complete stranger. However, this is the Feywild. The magic knows you and knows what's going on all up in you as well. So if you don't have a clear directive, you're going to be running in circles for a while.
Murad recalls the time that they were stuck in that trials thing way back. It's yeah, this is a little familiar. Just a pinch. Different, but familiar.
We are looking for a family of satyrs that unfortunately we don't know the names of, but for us it's personal to a friend.
I do not know any satyrs, but I'm more focused on trying to finish this trial. If you wish to look for those satyrs, you can leave me to my business.
Well,
Murad kind of furrows his brow.
I guess for a little bit of advice, think about what this trial actually means to you. Because the Fey magic does.
You don't have to tell us, but I do agree it will listen to your heart and soul, I believe. So, any kind of cardinal direction won't help.
See if she looks at you, Murad.
Sometimes you just gotta sail and trust.
Imagine current Beltania watching this through his eye, seeing her other self going, this is weird as shit.
Well, his the left eye's covered. I don't know if it works or not entirely, but I don't know. Or
You
right
see
eye.
as she leans back against the rock a bit. I don't want to be a goddess.
You want to be with the one you love.
He's cursed.
Mirad gives a somber nod. It's rough.
He angered a goddess. And she cursed him. He is becoming darker, cruel. So I begged for an answer. Now everything he tastes is rotten, and everything he drinks is like seawater. He's physically changing too. So I went to a temple, read upon a scroll that I would be allowed to attempt to change, to have right. And then they gave us both a chance to make it through that dark forest. At the end of that light is where my love is.
And maybe try focusing on him.
You see as she kind of just slumps down a bit.
It's... It's rough.
Listen, I'm trying to make use of my Arcana and Insight as best I can here.
Alright.
It's going to be rough. And sometimes you're going to have to do things that you might not like, of course. But you're doing it for someone you love. And maybe this forest will realize that. And let you pass. I don't know much about the Feywild, but it's a hunch, and I want you to succeed.
See as the head turns towards your general direction. I appreciate the kindness, but Are you doing it because you feel like I give you something in return?
No. No.
You know what it's like to be
It's-
separated from someone you care about.
Yeah, like that's the expression that Mirat is kind of giving what Blue tipped is like, I understand the pain of losing somebody. And the inkling of a chance to try to get them back, I would do anything.
Well, I will tell you right now, if you do become a goddess, I should owe you at least something for that.
Oh boy.
Me presently, I'd say you don't owe me anything.
She kind of stares at that forest. She
Mirios
thinks
is
long
quietly
and hard.
gonna give her fortune's favor.
She thinks long and hard. Alright. See, as she stands up. At the end. And you see as she manages to have a bit more energy to her and she begins to lead the way. As time begins to pass, you begin to notice that dark forest finally getting ever closer.
We gave her so much guidance. Without the spell guidance.
Yeah, Mirat's kind of somber a little bit, but is being very stoic.
Yeah. Mirios would just kind of lightly tap you. Just be very careful.
Yeah. I know.
And if she happens to remember this in the future, it's gonna be real funny for you.
I'm pretty sure she was making fun of me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mirios
but
knows
is
the
that really
gods.
news? Is that really news? She's kind of picked on you from day one, hasn't she?
Yeah. Winry, do you want to be off your feet for a little bit?
Well, if you're offering, I'm not going to say no. Let me tell you, these heels are not great for walks.
And just so you know, Holly, it's not a spell, but the effect I put on you, it lasts for quite some time until the next rest, so keep that in mind.
Thank you.
Mirat puts Winry on his shoulders.
Yeah, so it's 4d8s until you either use them up or basically the next day.
Alright. As you all move forward into the next area, as you begin to seize that dark forest coming ever closer, we're going to go ahead and take a quick 10-minute break.
Ayo, there it is.
E.
Alright. And with that, we will be back 10 minutes. We'll see you all then.
And we're back. Welcome back, everyone.
Hi,
We have a new power bottom.
Yay.
How dare you?
Alrighty. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get back into the session. As you all find yourselves slowly making your way through that giant open field, getting ever closer to this darkened forest as you begin to see what is originally these verdant green trees before leading into what is like a wall of black willow and mire just beyond it. Still ever present that glowing green beacon.
So this rise to ascension, I'm assuming, possibly could cure your beloved of this curse.
That is the plan, yes. If he manages to make it, he will ascend and he will be relieved of his curse. If I ascend, then I will remove the curse from him.
And you're sure that can work, seeing as it was placed by a different goddess in the first place?
I imagine I might be able to have some sway. Or at least he would at that point. And you can kind of see that, like, a good few moments begin to pass.
How are you
Has
feeling?
to work.
Mirios is just keeping her thinking on it. Keeping her on task, you know?
How are you feeling about it?
I feel scared. Uncertain
Yeah.
sometimes, but I know what it is I want. I want to save him.
Well, that's healthy. I'm going into this sort of thing blindly. Not exactly the best way to do it. If you have some kind of caution, then you can keep an eye out on anything that might surprise you.
It's the Feywild, anything's going to surprise you here.
Yeah, at least if you go cautiously, you have. When we will pinch your fingers pretty close together, you have this much more chance.
It's understandable that you're scared about this. This is all... It's very much out of my own depth. I've only very recently gotten into magic shenanigans, I guess. And I have no idea the depth of this, but...
The rest of the spellcasters trying not to giggle a joke.
There, Captain. There.
I mean, I don't really have any magical abilities myself. But I imagine to ascend and you have power like that, you can change anything.
Murad nods.
Are you willing to accept that, regardless of who ascends, one will probably outlive the other?
You see as she takes pause of that. When he ascends, he will have his own domain. Or I will.
You can meet there.
And live peacefully like that too. And she looks up towards that green light. A promise of God's.
Yeah. Gods. Muriel's has a little disdain towards that word. Sorry.
She looks back at you. Do you lack faith in them?
I do, but for my own reasons. But that's between me and them.
Holly's looking at you a little curiously.
You would know, because she actually went over that story with you.
Yeah.
I was given a promise, and I intend for them to keep it.
You know, if a god makes a promise, it's a pretty big deal if they break it.
There is probably the notion of the common term for divine retribution kind of goes both directions. If a god goes back on their word, well...
Oopsie hoopsie.
The universe has a very unfortunate way of punishing gods like that, usually at the hands of Osmodeus.
He's a fun one.
Yay.
There's a reason why his name is known as the Divine Punisher.
He calls upon that god by their government-issued name.
Just over
First,
like the
middle,
top speaker.
and last.
Over the intercom. The divine
Right.
intercom.
The rest
Down to
of
the principal's office.
Osmodeus shows up at their doorstep. I heard you fucked up.
Murad is making sure to keep with the concept of like not trying to push too hard, if that makes sense.
Are you trying to lightly threaten us with the dice?
Huh? Oh no, he's
Just
just playing.
watching the
It's-
dice.
It's ADHD.
Yeah, I'm doing an ADHD thing. What do you want from me?
He's doing it.
He's got to fiddle with something.
Yeah, like have you not heard him like click his pen constantly when he's had it in his hand?
Yeah.
No, not really.
Really? Damn. I gotta try harder.
No, don't. I get distracted.
No, don't worry, Aaron. We've caught on. We've seen it. We trust you.
I get distracted easily. It's like
Put
keys
the pen
jingling. So the dice is better, in my opinion.
At least then you might have a chance.
Like
What
at
is
least
yet
then
to be
I don't have
written.
to get distracted by clicking.
How is this? How far back did they go? Like, is this still after Lumeria had fallen, or is this before?
This is after Lumeria has fallen.
Ah, gotcha.
Beltania had nothing to.
No, I know
and
she
the
had
other-
nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I'm just being very careful because after it fell, I'd imagine the sight of a Lumerian is probably weird.
Aaron, go get your dice.
Aaron's just throwing shit now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just trying to be sure to be very careful because, you know, being that close into that event and a Lumerian just happening about is a little weird, I guess.
This is... It's hard to tell where the timeline is, mainly because Feywild.
Yeah.
But... Given...
But she also knows the timeline with Beltania, so...
Yeah. So, this is definitely during somewhere in the 2nd or 3rd century of the Feywild.
Yeah.
Or 2nd or 3rd millennia of the Feywild.
I'm just saying, Muriel's probably has a better understanding where, time-wise, that they're at, given she's lived through it, so...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mirad's just trying to be supportive, but like also trying not to tell the story of what's gonna happen, and he's
No spoilers.
yeah, he's being very sympathetic though, but also trying not to be too too crazy. Like, I'm a stranger and I want to hug you, but I shouldn't. Like, he's not gonna mention any of that.
Remember, kids, don't accept hugs from strangers.
Yeah, like He's pulling it off pretty well. I'm doing like little tiny private rolls on my with my own little dice, not digital dice.
Hold on. As staring from that light, as you see as she steps forward into the dark forest, as all of you slowly follow along. Passing the verdant green trees, you begin to notice that everything transitions immediately from life to a realm of darkness and death.
Ah, the Unseelie Court.
And all of you kind of get this faint chill down all of your spines.
What's the Raven been doing this whole time?
Just keeping an eye on things. Just,
Just chilling out on Holly's shoulder, like a true pirate.
yeah.
Man, I wish I could get Hornsby to do that.
You need to train him some more.
I'm working on it. I'm just not that great at training little...
You actually have Dazzle with you, by the way, Murad. He's been just clinging to you.
Yeah, Murad has not let go of Dazzle.
Dazzle on one shoulder, Wenry's on the other.
All the smalls.
I mean, like, Dazzle could easily just fit into his coat and just be, like, in there because he doesn't need to breathe.
Also, to be fair, Mobius is not a normal animal.
No.
So he doesn't have to be trained, really.
And
Well,
also, he doesn't have the risk of dying in one hit.
You see
Like,
as
die.
You see as the large head, or the large raven head, as it kind of just goes... almost proud that it doesn't have to fucking work.
Effortless.
Holly just goes, yeah, I gives him a little scratch.
And I want to say, Mirios is trying to be as polite as possible when gods are mentioned. She understands she's, before at least Holly being a follower of the Raven Queen, she's not dumb.
Yeah.
The look that Holly's giving you is not like, it's not like, oh, you don't like the gods. It's like, you don't trust them, and I'm starting to wonder if I should.
Okay, that makes more sense. Sorry, I was like, she wasn't trying to be rude.
Curiosity. No, it's a different curiosity, because she's heard so many different things from different sources.
And now you've got one from a couple thousand years ago.
Yeah.
When shit went real weird.
Well, the truth is, during the time of the fall of Lumeria, your god, Holly, would not have been around.
Yeah.
They would have
I think
been...
Sahani wasn't there, the Raven Queen wasn't there,
Right.
Erithus wasn't there just yet.
Melora
But
was
she's also-
just barely coming in.
She's thinking back to her conversation with Balthazar. Thinking back to things that she's heard about other gods and wondering.
Oh, being called
That's all.
cowards?
Yeah.
I don't think that had anything to do with the Lumeria part. That's something else.
I know. I'm just saying she's taking a general temperature read.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Part of the evidence board with the red string.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mind you, if you
exactly.
have questions for her about that, she can talk to you about it. Just try not to do it within earshot of Beltania.
Maybe when we get back.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
As all of you continue your march through here, you find yourselves having to take a stop as mists begin to roll through these dark forests. As a strange procession begins. You hear whispers as they begin to permeate throughout the forest. These echoing sounds are met with little lights
along with them. As they slowly move, almost dancing in a procession. Every so often you hear, You, Holly, and Henry.
Mm-hmm.
A language that you understand. There are two languages that you both would understand. As one is spoken in a old Draconic. This whisper as it passes by you along with the mist. She comes. She listens. She witnesses. She fires. And Holly, you hear in this celestial tone, lost. Lost. Why have you forsaken me? Lost. Lost. Where am I? Lost. Lost. These wisps, the last will of those who found themselves trapped within these forests.
Ooh, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies.
Poor thing. Holly's looking around, sympathetic.
Wait, what were you hearing?
Lost?
I heard... I was hearing a voice of warning. She comes, she listens, she witnesses, she finds. Somebody knows these woods a lot better than we do, and I think they know we're here.
I heard, why have you forsaken me? Lost.
Mirios.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a voice. Familiar old voice. As it passes by this small ball of light. I need to get back to my king. I need to get back to my king.
Of a Marion.
Someone different now.
Or is someone she knew personally? Oh, is that her? Is that her friend that you made? Oh, God. Yeah, no, that... Her face goes from usually just very stoic to just, for a flash, heartbroken. That's an old wound.
You never found peace.
She just shakes her head and just kind of mutters something under her breath, but she keeps going.
As this wisp disappears into the mist once more. A solemnness begins to kind of enter this forest as finally you reach a clearing with enough land on top of the mire, dry and not entirely touched by the blackness of the unsealing core. A moment to relax and rest.
How long has it been?
It's been several hours.
Yeah. Murad pulls out some of the goodies.
Marios is toying with the little, what looks like, I guess for lack of a better word, is the stopwatch that she uses usually to call amps here, just kind of like holding on to it as like a little, like a safety blanket almost for the time being, to just kind of calm.
Yeah. Murad passes out rations and goodies just to try to keep everyone's energy up.
Thank you, Captain.
Oh, goodness me. Apologies.
Poor.
Maven, what's wrong?
Suddenly a dog.
Maven said, I heard treats, and I want one.
And even Murad does hand some to Beltania if they accept it.
See, she takes the food and she eats. Thank you. Now I owe you twice.
No.
Nah, this man's so much of a dad. He'll give you the shirt off your back if you ask for it.
Murad kind of just does like a shrug and a nod. And just like, hey.
Rue.
Not that it's a bad thing. We like it.
It's not that weird, right?
I don't think so.
As time ticks away to kind of recovering from what has been several hours of walking, non-stop walking.
So, are we doing a short rest?
You could do a short rest right now if you feel it.
Okay.
Oh, right, yeah, you took a lot of damage.
I did.
That's a lot of damage.
That's much better. Ugh.
Take that damage!
Also, I replenish my spell slots as a warlock. Because I only have 2 spell slots.
Yeah. And quickly gonna state that, yeah, Marios
They're
had,
just
like...
so good.
Marios had very few friends back in Lumeria. Kind of like the Twilight Sparkle kind of deal, you know, was way too wrapped up in her shit, and that was one of her closest friends.
Yeah.
Now she knows what happened.
Yeah, Mira's just trying to keep morale up as much as he can. And keep everyone topped up.
Holly is going to try and reach out to the Raven Queen just in her mind to see if she can still feel her where they are. Because you said this place feels like death and darkness, right?
It is death and darkness, but it is not her death and darkness.
It is.
Right, so that's why she's concerned that the connection may not be there.
You get the sense and feeling that the Raven Queen exists. The connection hasn't faltered, but it feels different. Younger, less wise. Different.
Yeah. Marios is going to also realize that, like, this is taking a bit of a harsher situation. Not a harsher situation, but like a sadder one, but like, we're within the Unseelie court. So she's gonna give a little bit of extra aid, and you all get to add an extra 10 to your max and temporary hit points. 10 of them. That would be Murad, Holly, and Winry. I can only do 3.
Thank you.
Okay, so max HP and then
It's 10.
10
On your max and your temporary for the time being.
temporary. Okay.
Yep.
Winry's not so squishy anymore.
Sorry, within range. Each target's hit points maximum and current hit points increased by 5 for the duration, which is 10 in this case. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Current
so
and
just
max.
10.
Sorry.
Just 10 temp. Got it.
No. Current and max. I read it backwards. Sorry.
Oh,
I was
okay.
thinking of a different spell that also did temporary, but listen, the brain is right now.
All right.
Well, Winry still is not as squishy as she usually is, so hooray. She's basically a squeaky toy.
Yeah. I may not have healing spells, but I have helpful spells.
Alright. As you all manage to kind of catch your breath, you all give a sudden acknowledgement that something is in the air. As if something is here.
Can I detect it? Like, is it magic-based?
It is not magic.
Or that
as if
something's
an entity
watching.
is here. Yes, an entity. Something. As if you've stepped into a lair.
Oh, we need to leave.
Oh, fuck.
We're in the Unseelie Court. I wonder who it could be.
But we need to go. We need to pass through this way, right?
We need to keep going. And she looks at Beltania. And not cause any problems.
You see as she's staring down that green beacon beyond the dark forests.
Keep him in your mind.
As
Or
you
heart.
see as she gets up, I need all of you to make me wisdom saving throws.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh.
Oh,
I suck at
boy.
wisdom.
Oh, okay,
18.
you know what?
I gave her Fortune's favor, by the way. Beltania has that.
Yeah,
I don't know why that just kind of ignore that.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to use my magical guidance. Wait, that's a save. Oh god, I may not be able to redo this. I rolled a 1. Can I use magical guidance when you make an ability check that fails? You can spend a sorcery point to reroll.
No, ability check is
Ah, damn.
attack and skill based.
Ability check,
When
right?
it fails.
Oh, wisdom save. Okay, rat.
Yeah, save. Like that's the distinguish difference is ability check.
Well, it's a flat, so let's see.
I got a 16.
18 flat. Hello, Reed. Thank you.
Well, let's see what happens to Winry.
I have you on my shoulders if you so if you start trying
Well,
to
I
wander
imagine-
off.
I
can
imagine
just
she
grab
got
your
off your.
legs.
I imagine she got off your shoulders for the rest. But if we're getting ready to go, then she probably is back up there.
Okay.
Just pray that I don't hit you with a nat 20.
Can I just say, if the moment I see someone acting fucking weird, I'm gonna cast protection from evil and good?
What was Miros' roll again?
18. Flat. She's got a flat to wisdom.
Alright.
But yeah, if I start seeing someone acting fucking weird, they're getting protection from good and evil. Immediately. Because if they get possessed or some shit, they're definitely gonna snap out of it.
Winry.
Yep.
You feel a draw. As you feel like the world is turning and twisting. As your vision almost becomes euphoric. Your mind lags as your vision tries to catch up with what it sees. You see as behind you, Beltania drops to her knees as the spear hits the ground. As suddenly both of you feel this enchantment, this drunkenness. And Mirad and Holly Marios,
as you see as both of them kind of become this this drunken mess, almost as if they've mentally have ascended to a different state of being. As you see as Beltania begins to hug the ground and almost try and pull dirt together like a pillow.
Yeah.
Winry, you drop to the ground and begin to laugh.
Marios is going to be like, all right, hold that thought, and she's going to use protection from good and evil at 2nd level so she can get both of them with this, so they have a benefit of rolling with advantage on this now.
As you go to cast that spell, you hear no, and the spell fails as it leaves your hand.
She hears that, she's like, excuse me?
And you get the faint feeling, almost as if a cold air is behind your neck, as you go to snap the back of it. These two are mine now.
On what grounds?
You've entered my domain.
Ah, so you are the Unseelie Queen. No?
Queen of air and darkness. She rests peacefully.
Then who are we speaking to?
You see as this faint laughter from all directions. You can call me the Lotus Queen.
Does that ring a bell at all? No? Okay.
And here, all can dream in their drunken dreams. They can live happily, peacefully. And you feel almost as if, like slipping between peripheral. You get the faint feeling, if you look, if you stare, that might be the last thing any of you do.
Oh, to look directly at it?
Mm-hmm. Almost as if they're hiding behind your shadow. In the nape of your necks, under your skin, under your clothes, behind rocks. They are a whisper. Something that lives without being seen.
But she's concentrating on the two that she has ensnared. Well, messing with us, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Can I try something? Because I've been reading this spell back and forth. It has 2 options. To either see your enemy, or mutter its name. And that's why I asked. Said it's the Lotus Queen, right? So she's gonna mutter her name, and she's gonna have to make an intelligence save.
As you say the Lotus Queen, and as magic begins to flare from you, the words connect not. The magic
Really?
connects not.
No.
You get a
I'm out of
feeling
ideas.
The Fae are smart enough to not give away their true name, but rather their title.
Gotcha.
Mirad, he doesn't have spell stuff that would probably get these guys out of their stupor. The only thing that he kind of has is to shake them and try to slap them awake.
Alright, who do
Okay.
you go up to?
Gosh. Who would be closest right now?
Who do you go to? Do you go to Beltania, who is making a pillow of dirt, or Winry, who is on the ground just giggling sillily?
Oh, that's a really good question, because dads don't pick favorites. No!
I have a thought. I have an extra thought. One last chance here. Because
I'm gonna try to slap Winry.
you do that. I'm gonna use I'm gonna use another sorcery point here. She's gonna do subtle spell, so you can't hear her say a thing or do anything.
Oh.
And she's gonna use dispel magic on the two.
This is not a magic spell.
God damn it!
Unfortunately,
Anything.
this is an ability of an archfey.
And it's not a condition, right?
It is a condition.
Oh,
They are.
what is that
considered-
condition? Sorry.
They are considered charm.
Oh, okay. So then lesser restoration wouldn't
Nope.
resolve it.
And she won't
Okay.
let me use protection of good and evil on them.
However, Murad, you go up to Winry and whack Winry.
No, it's like a slip. Not a full
Full baseball swing.
not a full hand whip, but
As you go, she's still laughing.
okay,
Probably going to have to commit to damage.
okay. Mara's like, it's like, okay, this is gonna hurt. I'm sorry. It's like, yep, he's gonna fucking do it.
Reels back. Makes one unarmed attack.
Just so you know, not full strength, because he is wearing the gauntlets of strength. So just to be clear, I'm not trying to break her neck.
Yeah. You kind of lean it back about 6 or so inches,
Pinky
and
out.
with the full force of your wrist, you go whack. Winry, make me a wisdom save.
Okay.
Resistance.
That is a 17 for Winry.
As you smack her, Winry, you gain your mind back as suddenly all the colors, the delayed vision, the double vision, the everything suddenly becomes clear again as your mind gets rattled a bit. And you're just looking at a Murad holding you by the lapel and with what feels like this stinging across your cheek.
Ow! 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 Dude! Really? Wait,
Holly,
what am I doing on the ground? What happened?
Yes.
Here you go.
I think we know what to do now.
Yep.
Wait, do I take any
think-
damage?
Turns
I think
up
it's better if you slap her than me slap her. Just
Yeah.
saying.
The reason I'm saying to Holly is because do you have a strength? Because I have none. So my unarmed strength is 0.
I also have 0.
Fuck.
Question, Aaron. Do I take any damage for that, or?
You take about a point.
Ow.
1 point for decent smack.
I'm sorry.
Holly,
It's okay.
as you
That was a temporary hit point.
as you go and try to turn towards Beltania, you see she is missing.
Uh-oh.
Shit, guys.
Where is she?
I don't know.
Do we see any tracks?
We don't
Can I
always
s-
Looking at the dirt pile and wondering if she has, like,
Dug
gone
herself in?
underground. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks like a dirt pile was just like pulled together and then nothing. As you hear the faint voice kind of creep along the back of your necks. Mine.
No.
No. No.
hold it. Remember, She's giving that nod of, we can't change what happens.
Oh, and she was part of the trials. Now we'll never know how it ends.
We do, technically.
Shush, I'm trying the thing.
Make your choice carefully.
She's not actually doing anything. She's just kind of
No, but that's what
whining out loud
Marios is saying. She's like, we cannot interfere with events of the past.
You cannot fundamentally change the events of what has happened in the past.
Yeah.
However, Amsir did note that perhaps there are things that you might have encouraged.
Okay.
Myriad's like, it doesn't seem like this is the case where we have to sit on our hands.
We can look for her.
Murad, he's not used to this, but can Murad try sensing Beltania?
Make me a religion check.
Guidance.
It's like, luckily I have a +1, but I don't know how D&D Beyond's gonna treat me. Oh my god.
Stop saying things out loud to it.
No,
Take the guidance.
it's what's D4?
Yeah.
D4.
So that is a 12.
As you begin to focus deep within your mind, as you try to connect with the eye, a faint feeling, a faint force encapsulates it. It's weak. It's like a thread, a thin thread. Your contract at this point in time has not existed, but yet it exists now. In this weird, dead reckoning, you can tell she is here. She hasn't left the domain. But you guys are in the Palace of the Lotus.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very honest. I'm kind of drawing a blank here because I can't even cast spells now.
She's got to be around here somewhere.
What would it take for you to give her back?
As you say this out into the forest, you hear small little pieces of laughter before you feel almost as if something like a hand running up your back and the breath on your ear. I just want to have some fun. Some fun. Tell me, do you like to dream?
Not really. I like to live in the moment.
As you feel almost as if this being moving from one side of the shoulder to the other. Living in the moment. So you value nothing. You dream of nothing.
Murad is being careful, but like truly in his heart, he's not saying this out loud, but truly in his heart, he's like, if it's talking about desires, he has desires to see his family, but being in a dream isn't going to achieve that. he's thinking back to the trial that he had where he heard Zara and walked on that path. And he's trying to use that as basically his own guide to try to navigate this.
As you contemplate that, the feeling shifts away from you. Holly, you feel it again. This time, almost as if the hands are on your shoulder. You feel cold. Did you dream?
Maybe.
The mouth, you can feel it spreading its sharp teeth wide. What do you dream of?
Give us our friend back, and I'll let you see my dream.
As you see it pulls away from you. And Winry, almost as if it shrunk down inside, it's curling under your hair and just wrapping itself around your ear. You can hear it again. A whisper. Tell me what your dream is. What do you want?
Winry will probably subconsciously just be like, this feels just like the Kling Hex. And Winry will think on it a second, probably look towards Murad and Holly.
Murad kind of shakes his head, like, don't give it a dream.
Well,
Stay strong, Winry.
a lot of things. How can I pick just one? Did you hear that, or did I cut out?
Heard it.
Okay.
I heard it. A lot to pick from. As you feel as the feeling fades away, and again you feel it, Mirios, as it slips between your hair. It rests on your shoulder as it speaks up to you. And what of your dreams, Lemurian?
So you do know what I am.
Many of you fled to this realm. Some even of our own. Tried to find where it went. One of them foolishly gave up their lives for it. Ever so a good soldier. What do you dream, Marion?
Return our companion and I'll tell you. What's it worth to you? Our friend or a dream?
You see, as standing on this small mound,
Oh, she's not paying attention. She's not looking.
there is this rumble, this laughter that echoes throughout the forest. So none of you will give me your dreams.
Never said that. You're not telling us what it even would cost us if we would tell you. But we're telling you we'd give you one if you return our companion.
It's a bargain.
As all of you feel this same entity behind each and every one of you.
you all feel a faint, bony, clawed hand wrap around each one of your shoulders. I know what you all dream of. I know it is what all of you want. Again, I'm feeling the squeeze on you, Marios. Your dedication led to the ruin of your kingdom.
I'm very sorry, Aaron. Could you
You're
speak
very
up just
low.
a little bit louder? Sorry.
Yeah. Your dedication to the kingdom you loved so greatly has brought it low. You want to go home, but it is no longer the same. Sitting on its throne is the brother. A brother that will one day kill your king. And you feel the squeeze, Murad, on your shoulder. A father. A father and a husband. Desperately clawing his way to regain them. At the cost of his life. And then you feel the squeeze, Holly. Holly, bound by duty, but focused on revenge. Then you and Ray. You dream. You dream of happiness. Of peace, adventure. But your greatest nightmare is hoping you do not lose yourself. As you see and feel, almost as if this blackened forest slinks back. Tell me your dreams.
As we said, gladly if you return our companion.
As you hear a groan throughout the entirety of the forest. No fun. No fun at all.
It's fun if both sides gain something that they want. Otherwise it's a little one-sided. Boring.
Then let's make it fun.
And how do you propose you do that?
See, as the trees begin to shift and bend, my palace awaits. You wish for your companion back. I wish for dreams. You can tell me. Come. As you see and feel that the darkness that once kind of enveloped this domain begins to rapidly fade into the ground. And the whispers begin to end.
With, like, no Biltania at all?
No, we're about to probably play a game to get our friend back.
Okay.
Playing a game within a game.
I'll tell you guys more after the game, but you get a faint feeling this path to Palace of Lotus. Very different. It's almost as if the doors are open. As if this is a place where you will know.
And Miros would look to the rest of the team now that it's safe to kind of look-ish. As you said, Mirad, no time like the present.
Yep.
Let's go. Woo!
Woo! He woo.
Okay.
As the lot of you make your way forward and stepping beyond a new boundary, almost as if entering this strange rippled space, like passing through a thin veil of water. And as you do, you find yourself in this sprawling, multicolored hued open forest with what looks like to be this towering temple in the center of it. And all around, you see mortals, humans, Genasi, elves, all dancing and drunkenly wasting away their lives here, trapped in the Palace of the Lotus.
Mirad gets a very kind of serious look about him. And just like turns to the others and is like, just to be clear, we might not be able to do everything here. So we may have to leave people behind.
I think we agreed to that when we stepped in through that portal the first time.
Yeah.
You agreed to that one. Yep. You cannot change what's already happened in the past.
Of course, that doesn't change how creepy this all is.
Agreed.
We're here for Beltania.
Don't believe everything you see.
Mirad nods. Because he's also suspicious and expecting a trick, or maybe preparing himself of the what ifs. He sees somebody that he might know. That kind of stuff. Just mentally going through worst case scenarios in his head.
Well, to be fair, the only one in this group that would possibly see someone that they know personally would be Mirios. This is way back in time.
Oh yeah, Mirad is just that kind of thinker. He's like, I'm gonna mentally prepare myself to not do stupid shit while I'm in here. Alright, let's go.
And as all of you push forward, and make your way into Palace of the Lotus, the eyes of the world shift once more. Cotton. It's been about a couple weeks now.
Jeez.
Another couple weeks? Goodness.
Yeah, no, the time is incredibly different for you guys.
The first month here has been tense. And Arthur's every action has often been made to ease the tension. You get a faint feeling as you wake up from sleep. You hear the voice as it repeats back to you. Cotton.
She, like, has that, like, moment of the brain trying to wake up, and then it goes, the thing, and, like, pulls the phone out. You ever have that moment when you're like, my phone's ringing, holy shit, you know?
As you pull up the sending stone.
Well, she rolls over and she keeps the phone, like, kind of like, well, phone, the sending stone, like, it's a phone, whatever. Like, it's tucked under her, like, by the pillow, so it looks like she's just still sleeping, but she has it right there with her.
Listen, what are phones but rocks we tricked into thinking?
God.
You're not wrong!
Connor, where are you, man?
Oh, God. Where are you?
And I'm
so
sorry.
Every time.
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry to wake you up so late at night.
No, it's fine. It's a relief to hear a voice that I want to hear.
How have things been?
Complicated. Arthur isn't alone. He has another Lumerian with him that, if not for Arthur, definitely wants me dead. She remembers it. It's Modius, sorry. Brain had to, like, go look at the list of names again.
Yeah.
And, they're working on something that's a little bit more adjacent to the other thing that they're after. And they're using my, chimera formula to do so. They're looking for this abyss out in the tundra, and apparently my chimera lichen form is able to handle that kind of cold.
There have always been many theories about what lies beyond the tundras. We've always assumed them to just be Arctic lands.
Well, they believe there's a thing called the Abyss out there.
I don't imagine they're entirely wrong.
No. If it was just Arthur looking for it, I wouldn't be so worried, but Modius is the one heading this, and he has everything in him wanting to either destroy humans or make them slaves once again.
You wouldn't win that fight. Oh, he wants something else. He's aiming for something more. I just want to know if you're safe, though. I hope I made it, so.
Arthur is keeping me safe. And he showed me Zara. She is also safe. So long as she's in Volflora.
It's good to know.
I'm still worried he wants to use her. But I'm torn, because he really does seem like he cares.
Don't be. He has hurt our family. He hurt you.
find any level of forgiveness or remorse for somebody like him, he'll take an inch and make it a mile.
I am being careful. He seems to be trying to work on a cure as well.
Probably for your goodwill. I met someone recently.
Met someone or met someone? Like there is that tone of like amusement.
I met a person who, I don't know, makes me see the world a little bit more different.
Who did that?
A young one. Too doughy-eyed and optimistic about everything. But astoundingly, they've given me even the slightest bit of hope that this world can be better.
Who is this person to change your thoughts on the world? That's gotta be someone.
Don't get me wrong,
You're too
I still
stubborn.
have my skepticisms. I will always have my skepticisms.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time in a while, ever since meeting you, I've not as much like you. Always inspired, willing to fight for what's right, even under circumstances when it involves me. And she's brave, kind, and I also hurt them in some way.
I know you didn't do it with actual intention to harm them.
No.
As you hear that final word, you hear the faint thud on your door. And then another.
And she just very quietly says that she's gotta go, but like super quiet.
Yeah. As you hide away the stone and you get up. As you walk over towards that massive door, as you go and release the latch, it slides open, and standing before you is Modius Thornfall.
Oh, she already has her pistol on her, like, behind her.
Hello, human.
Hello, Modius.
I just have a few curious questions for you. Don't mind me. Well, not that I would care. As he steps through and pushes you to the side. And he looks inside of this blank room, no personality. All things have kind of just been left as they are. Human dwelling is so small, always so compact.
Do you all live like this?
No.
Like snakes in a hole? I need to know something. And I imagine you'd be more inclined to give it to me if I decide to not be violent, so here is what I want to know. Is Arthur planning to betray me?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
See as the eyes shift low.
And trust me, I've questioned him.
You intend to betray Arthur?
Sorry, I'm trying to think of a thought for a second. I had a train of thought and dropped for a second. No, come back.
Nah, that train's long gone. You gotta catch the next one.
Fuck. To be honest, I don't even know if she really does intend to betray him. Knowing things isn't betraying, so I guess her answer would be no.
Well, I would believe you. I genuinely would. But
No, you wouldn't.
good. Catching on. I have my concerns around the Luxon. Feeling it's not, as productive as it could be. So, I have a few options on the table. Let's say, for the sake of the moment, if you decide to put aside all your biases, either of me or of Arthur, what would it take for you to actually spy on him?
You want me to spy on the person who has eyes everywhere.
You see as the head shifts again, just never breaking eye contact fully. Eyes he might have, surely. However, he lacks foresight in very specific places.
Why don't you speak to him yourself? He's your friend, isn't he?
Friend is such a human word.
Oh, so you hate it that he uses that term.
He is more than a friend to me. He's a compatriot, ally, someone who is useful and has
A tool.
continued to remain useful and will continue to remain useful. But I feel like even he has his secrets. Ones that I might imagine you eventually becoming privy to. So what will it take for him to give you those secrets and those secrets become mine?
You want me to betray the one person keeping me alive from you.
If it is fear for your life, I can assure it.
She still has that very unamused look on her face. She's the same face she's always given him this whole time.
I simply wanted to provide a common courtesy, a chance to make sure things remain amicable. If you so decide that not to be your choice, well, I'll have to take a different measure.
So now it's a threat. Either spy on him or what, you're gonna kill me anyway?
No, you're far more valuable alive at the moment than dead.
Right, the Chimera.
Threatening you will only allow me benefits towards Arthur, which will dwindle eventually. But his secrets are more important to me than anything else. So, if you decide that declining is the best interest to you, I have other methods to employ.
On me or him?
As you see as he backs out from the threshold of the door and into the hallway, I'd like to make sure I have a close eye on everything. Juno, as you see stepping from the hallway through the door.
Is that the same girl that stabbed her, Murad?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, the rage.
Say hello to your new roommate. Of course. Unless you wish to change your mind.
I'm not sure what she decided this moment. Oh my god. I was kind of not expecting this.
You can see as this very small, hooded Lumerian woman with this tightly bunned hair within the hood. But the eyes, they look crazed.
Yeah, and
The smile is permanent. And she is to the teeth with blade and gun herself.
yeah, and Cotton is staring her down with the absolute anger in her face. She is not staying with me.
Then I imagine that you would agree.
You're a bastard, you know that?
I've been called worse. By better people.
Given your judgment, probably not.
See as the eye twitches just a bit. Juno. Make sure this one lives.
I said fine, she is not staying here.
Juno. Keep a close eye on things. As
If she
backs
stays in
out of the
here-
room. She steps out of the room. Suppose you'll have to have your own quarters. A good talk. Bye for now.
You can fuck off now.
You see as he walks away and he turns into mist and darkness as he makes his way to whatever place he considers home. But still
Cotton
standing just beyond the threshold of the door is this two red-eyed, tiny assault weapon.
Yeah, Cotton's staring her down with the absolute rage behind the one eye that's functioning, and it just flashes that purple as she's trying not to just go full ham into the Chimera form from way back when. You can go. Now.
Nah. I'll stay right here. Do I
Yeah,
tell
and
you?
then she just... What?
Do I know you?
No, but I know you.
Oh, then that should make us friends.
No, and I don't even think you know what that means.
You're right. I wonder what you would look like opened up.
Like a human.
No. Like a corpse.
Ooh, shocking revelation.
I like corpses.
Everyone has their thing.
Feel every bit of weirdness.
Yeah, she knows there's no making sense with this person at all.
You can just close the door.
You can go chase a Luxon or something. Bye.
As you slam your hand on the lever, it just...
It locks it.
Yeah.
And then quietly goes over to her bed, picks up the pillow, and immediately screams into it. If that thing was still on, her dad would just hear just the angry screaming into a pillow.
Right. This strange entity.
She wants to kill her so bad.
It's still just beyond the door. You can feel her staring, waiting for you to exit.
She hates this so much.
As you scream and make your way through the rest of the night.
It's just halfway through. Like every time she's about to fall asleep, it's just Juno tapping on the door. Are you asleep yet? Fuck off, please.
Are you asleep? Are you asleep? Are you dead? Are you dead? Are you dead? Are you dead?
Just, at one point, the door opens. She's got the fucking gun in her face. Go away now.
God. Alrighty. As all of you slowly make your way around the domain, you find yourselves walking among those who have become lost to this forest, ever closer to that tower. As you get closer to it, you can see these two massive black steel doors. And along these massive steps that kind of just segment down, each side of the pedestals, through all the black, are these massive blooming lotus flowers. In each segment that makes it up to the top of the steps. You can see just off to the side with what looks like to be these small runs of water that comes down to these pools, as if a gift freely given to these people from this archway. And you can see there are those who just
using their hands for cups or wooden bowls from their travel as they drink and see as they become more euphoric. Dancing, laughing.
Note to self, don't drink the water.
Sorry, did I miss something?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to close the door.
Oh no,
Alright.
we're going into the Lotus realm, and there are people drinking water with their hands and with wooden cups. Wenry
That's
just
not-
made a snide comment of no drinking the water.
Yep, no.
And don't accept any food.
You're in the Fey realm, you shouldn't do that anyway. Where is this
We're
person?
looking for Beltania. We're walking through. Try not to interrupt anybody.
Yeah. I mean, you're still at the bottom of these steps, staring up at this massive black steel tower. Kind of just pervasive or overview of the entirety of this domain in this dark forest.
So I guess we go to this tower.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be a logical choice.
Seems so. I know what I want. I know what I'm looking for.
This almost feels like a waste of time, but it's the Feywild, so it's kind of like soup, so it doesn't really matter. She hates this.
It's kind of like soup.
Yep. It's soup and we're forks. It's going great.
Unfortunately, time is not a chowder.
No chunks. And I guess we go towards the obelisk-looking tower thing.
Alright. As you all begin to try and ascend towards the tower, I need you all to roll me a wisdom save.
Oh boy.
Wisdom.
Holly,
Yes.
do you have any blessing
I
spells?
have bless, but it's protection from good and evil that I can use actually.
I can give you resistance.
Um,
I got a 7.
I'm gonna.
Resistance.
Can I try again with the protection from evil and good?
This is not a magical effect by a creature. This is an effect by the environment.
Listen, all you gotta do is keep a firm hold of Wenry's hand. You should be okay.
If you take the resistance die, it adds a d4 to a saving throw.
Okay.
So you can add a d4 to your...
Motherfucker.
Wow. Guidance does not work on saves. It works on ability checks.
Resistance.
Oh, resistance. Okay. 19.
Shit. I only got an 8. Let's mention 20.
I
I'm
have
not
guidance
really
and
doing
resistance,
that.
so I can cover both sides.
Gotcha.
Beyond.
Wisdom is not my greatest one. If only it was a charisma or a con save, I might have been able to make it, but no.
Do you need resistance as well?
I
I
already
can
failed.
touch you both.
She's already made her roll.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Grab another pencil, I guess.
Hold on a second.
Lord have mercy. Okay.
Let's see.
Now,
I have all these really cool
Wenry
effects.
is small enough to be carried.
Unfortunately,
Oh,
Murad
Murad
also
failing.
ferried. Yeah.
Yeah. With Murad failing, it may take both of you just to haul him.
I have all these
Don't
really
smack
cool anti-spell shit, and I can't even use them.
That does hurt a bit. Like, you are built to do anti-stuff and you can't even do it.
Yeah.
It does hurt.
This is, again, is the environment, per se. Abilities and environments are not affected by certain spells. However, in this case, as Murad and Winry, as you guys begin to start ascending the steps, you smell a sweet smell in the air. Something drawing you both. As you ascend the steps, you get closer to one of the large flowers. A large lotus flowers, as you look into it as a puff of spores meets your guys' face.
Oh.
And
Vortex warp?
you both find yourselves in a daze, and you both kind of just sit on the steps and find yourselves way more relaxed than usual as you begin to have this really weird acid trip.
Yeah, Holly and Mirios are both doing the Picard facepalm.
Looking around like, okay.
I guess we have to slap him.
Yeah.
Yep.
You are, you're taller than me. If you would like to get the captain, I will get Wenry.
Yeah, sounds about right.
As you two go to split, you begin to notice that a lot of the people that were kind of just meandering about are now staring up at all of you.
See,
slowly making their way closer to the steps.
Holly.
Okay, I need you to really... go hit him as fast as you can.
Holly, we need to move.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Holly runs over to Wenry.
Yeah.
As you both go and try and get close to your companions, and you notice that these people are now beginning to move at a full sprint.
Yeah, I'm going to probably do something really dumb, but really smart at the same time.
Holly's gonna throw her weapon broadside at Wenry so that it doesn't cut her. But she's just gonna throw one of the axes broadside at Wenry so it like knocks her in the head. And she's gonna go, Miss Wenry, please, I apologize for this in advance. I'm sorry.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
16 to hit.
My AC is 16.
Meets beats.
Alright, Winry, you take a point of damage, and go ahead and roll me another wisdom save.
14? It's better than my last roll.
No.
No!
One short.
Okay, so when we get smacked in the head, she says, "Oh,
I know what I'm doing." She just falls over. I know what I'm doing for Murad.
Yeah.
I'm doing Mind Sliver on his ass. Wake up! It's gonna hurt.
As you just reach out, as a shot of your mind
Psychic damage.
enters in. Yeah.
You have to make an intelligence save. Either way, he's taking the hit.
I have proficiency in intelligence saves, my dear. So, yeah, 23. I'm sorry.
Oh, go fuck yourself. You're still taking the damage. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to harm you. I'm trying to wake you up. So you're just not doing like the minus D4 from saving throws, which is something I don't want you to have. I just want you to wake up.
That works perfectly fine.
So that worked. So you're still taking psychic damage. I'm sorry.
For it. roll me
So you're still
damage.
taking 2 points of owie psychic damage to the brain.
Okay.
Because it was either that or it was the psychic lance, which is worse.
E.
As a sharp spike hits your mind and it begins to rattle a bit. Go ahead and make me another wisdom save.
Ah, right. Motherfucker!
Nope.
Whatever.
As both of you, incapable of escaping the influence of the lotus.
Can you pick something other than wisdom?
Oh god,
Unfortunately,
okay.
it's one of the most. It is one of the most. Used
I didn't realize I had to
build it
min-max
up.
all of my characters. That's fun.
Hold on.
I will make sure to do that next time.
Every time I make
next-
a character build, like usually my wisdom is probably my highest priority.
My next character is going to be the most wise being of all time.
Oh god,
Yeah,
okay,
because
so you know what?
unfortunately, Dungeons and Dragons doesn't have variety.
Want to know why I never can like influence Nyx? She has a +5
Yeah,
plus proficiency.
yeah. The only thing that's not min-maxed about Nyx is her race and then her choice of circle. But yeah, because D&D doesn't know how to do variety in their saving throws.
Yeah. But yeah, like the Palace of the Lotus is supposed to be messing with your minds in general. But that aside, as both of you are incapable and you keep seeing as your friends begin to try and get you guys out of this weird mental state, you see as almost like clamoring, lips dry, mouths cotton and frothy. You can see that a majority of them are like skin and bone. They are wasting away here. And they just saw 2 people, probably with a lot of meat on their bones.
I'm
on the
gonna
ground.
cause minor illusion. Let's see, is it minor illusion or let's see.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm reading this to make sure I can do this. I'm gonna just make this small little looking creature that clearly has meat on its bones and make it run in the opposite direction.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Make a persuasion check.
Make it like a fat little
Plus
pig.
3. Okay. 18 plus 3. 29.
21. As you pulling together images of time and this spectral pig just pops in place. You see as the large crowd stops for just a moment. And then you command it away as it jumps over the ledge and begins to run further into the forest as half of these individuals who are at the bottom far end of the step all begin to chase after it, as left behind are a few stragglers who look strong enough to probably take any of you guys on. Well, unfortunately, that's where we're going to go ahead and end today's session.
God damn it!
Yeah.
I was like, hold on, I can do something!
You did! You actually affected how combat's going to turn out next week.
E.
Great. Instead of facing off against a horde, we're just facing off a few specials.
E.
I pulled a Citra, okay?
Okay. Who's taking on the boomer? Who's taking on the tank? Nobody touch the witch.
Unfortunately, it's just me and Holly standing right now.
I mean, every time we get attacked or see our allies get attacked, the charmed effect roll comes back, as far as I remember.
No, it's if you get attacked.
Only if you get attacked.
Oh, right, because it's stupid and not Pathfinder.
These are undead, right?
Okay.
No,
They are
they're
not
alive.
undead. They're all people. People who found themselves lost within her domain.
Fuck me.
That's
Yep.
That's
Also,
why she's not trying to hurt them. You know, otherwise I would have just done. Otherwise I would have just dropped a gravity sinkhole on them. But she's not like that.
I just wanted to use my cool dead people powers. Okay.
I know.
We'll get there. We'll get there. The place that we're going, probably, you're gonna be using that to get your armor. Yeah, there's a few of those down there. Commonly.
You want that Umbrus Regalia that bad? I'll show you undead.
Yeah.
Ooh, Umbrus Regalia. Name drop.
All right. Any which way. That's where we're gonna go ahead and end today's session. Very relaxed, very chill. You know, this is the third time the Feywild has tried to kill you guys in 24 hours.
Yep.
Well, at least I made sure it wasn't going to be a fucking horde.
Yes.
All right.
That's a bonus.
So, with that being said, that's where we're gonna go ahead and end today's session. We're gonna go ahead and jump on into some quick announcements, and then we'll be heading off. Ooh, buddy. So, first and foremost, I'm still not streaming at the moment. Probably by the time this episode comes out, it will probably be the new month. Also, our schedule will be slightly changed. Our backlogs have not changed. It's just that, you know, Easter, you know.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Obligations.
Yeah.
The family just going, "You're coming to dinner, right?" Yes.
Right. But aside from that, the other important bits of information, without no streaming, some of our scheduling is going to be a little wonky, but it should be fine. As I said, hopefully what will be within my thought process is to start working on the redux of the races for the Erziheimel stuff, and hopefully be able to get that out over onto the Patreon as soon as possible. Eventually, once I start building this compendium, I might be able to reach out to some wonderful people, start working on it as soon as possible. We have plenty of items. We're getting a lot of subclasses and races and all that fun stuff, so hopefully by the time we start reaching the end of this year, I might be able to put something out that will be hopefully really fun. And I think that's it. That's it for me. Blue, how you now?
Hi, it's me. It's Blue, or Blue Kazunate. So by the time this is out, a bunch of the art from the recent episodes that came before this will be out, so you can look for those. Specifically the art for Emery and whatnot. And this character that I'm currently playing, Marios. God, I hate waiting to post art. It sucks so much. Other than that, I've been trying to stream here and there. Again, I'm still studying. Hey, this is present me talking to future me, though. Hopefully, by the time we go to the next episode, I will finally have that fucking cert. And my time will free up a little bit more. So,
Yay!
Other than that, just, you know, if you wanna follow my streams, specifically on Twitch mostly, you can follow my Twitter, and then on my Twitter has a little card, and it shows you where you can follow me in other places. But if you want to get current updates from Twitch, just, you know, hit that little follow and the bell to make sure you get little notifications. Yeah, not much else is going on. Ray!
Hi, I'm Ray. I play as Murad. Let's see. Things have been very, very busy on my end, on and off. I've been multitasking all kinds of shenanigery. And juggling several different projects. Let's see. Oh gosh. What else should I talk about? Let's see. You can find my socials on Calligraphy Inc. You can find my personal one if you don't mind me spamming you with memes on key_inks_art. and Key Ink at Blue Sky. But yeah, if you want the professional artwork stuff, that's Keyligraphy Inc. I will eventually remember to post on there again, because I haven't been doing that in the past few months, which is bad.
Oops.
Whoopsie doodles. But yeah,
it's
other
your
than
account.
that-
You can post to it as much as you want.
I probably should post to it a lot more than I have been. It's a good catalog for actual like art progression and seeing how I grow as an artist. I need to keep that up. But yeah, on to you, B.
Hi, it's me. I'm B. I've been working on some art that is now in the coloring stage. I'm very excited for it to be done because it takes me so long. But other than that, I've just been hanging out. I do Twitter sometimes. I refuse to call it X. Pastel Werewolf and Pastel Wolf on all mediums, and that's it. I would pass it to Connor, but he's not here, so I'll pass it up to you instead.
Oh.
I know, it's so sad. Well, if you want to go find Connor, he's on Distortion Devil just about everywhere, so go take a look for that. But if you want to find me, hi everyone, I'm Kendra, also known as Transient Day all around the internet. Basically, search up Transient Day, it'll probably be me, except on Instagram, because somebody beat me to that name. Anyway, not much going on my end. If you are part of our TikTok, then you've been seeing us do some experimenting with uploading for videos and such. I'm not sure how much we have in the backlog at the moment of doing this business, but hey, we'll keep things going as long as we have videos to post.
Alrighty. Anything else pressing?
Oh, right, the D6 EOE for the TikTok. Go find us. Have fun.
Yeah.
Also, remember to like and subscribe. You'll see the button go wee
Yeah.
every time we say it.
Alrighty. Well,
You know I'm
that
gonna
being
put a funny effect on that if you put that as a video.
Just.
Sad confetti.
Yay!
Five Nights at Freddy. Yay!
Yeah. Okay. Well then, that being said, nothing else pressing. Nothing else. All right. That being said, thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and listening. We hope you stay safe out there. We love you, and as always, see you next Sunday. Bye, everyone.
Bye.